welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time I'll be doing a beautiful full set. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going in with a sanding pen to remove the shine from the natural nail. Remember, when you're doing this, we're literally only filing to remove the shine. We're not filing to thin the nail out. We just want to get that shiny layer off. Again, this is a fine sanding band, and the drill that I'm using is by Macquarie. I'll leave the link down in the description. After that, I just went ahead and removed the dust, and now I'm going to apply the tips. So remember, whenever you're applying the nail tips, you want to make sure that if one tip is too small and the other one's too big, always go with the bigger one and just file down the size to make it fit perfectly. Because if you glue down the one that's too small, it's going to want to come back up and it's going to cause your client's nail to break or lift. So you want to make sure that you go with the bigger one and again, just make it fit perfectly. And these are the nail tips that I will be having on my website pretty soon. And then the glue that I'm using is the KDS glue. And again, just make sure you hold your finger really straight, apply the nail tip and just hold it for a few seconds until the glue is dry, and then just move on to the next one. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with my tip cutter and I'm just going to trim the nails down to her desired length. And after that, we're just going to start shaping them. So whenever you're cutting them down, if you are a beginner, you could, ask them to check the nails. Or you also want to make sure you go back and check the nails against each other to make sure that they're the right length. But you do want to make sure that all the nails on each nail is consistent. You don't want one too long or too short. So make sure that you keep looking at the nails to kind of get like the right size for each nail. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with a straight edge nail clipper and I'm just trimming down the sides. And this is just to save time whenever we actually start filing. That is just unnecessary tip that we're getting rid of. That way we don't have to file it off. So again, whenever you're working, you have to find little things like this that's going to help you speed up the process. Just little tricks that again saves a lot of time at the end. So again, this is a straight edge nail clipper and we're just trimming down the sides. And after this, we're going to go in with a 100 nail file to shape the nails. Alrighty, so again, we are going to be doing a coffin shape. So we're going to file the sides at a 45-degree angle and then filing the free edge at a 90-degree angle. And this is what's going to give us that coffin shape. And then also making sure that whenever you file, you don't want the nail tip to be any wider than your actual real nail. So you have to make sure that you're filing from the side of the nail, which is the side walls, and then towards the nail tip. Again, you don't want that nail tip to be bigger than the natural nail because it will look really fake. So make sure that you file correctly. Again, 45 on the sides and then 90 degrees for the free edge, so you can have that tapered squared look, which is the coffin look. Alrighty, and then also another thing I forgot to mention is that we also have to blend the nail tips, and that's when I followed like the actual nail tip right in the middle, and that just helps the nail look a lot more natural after the acrylic is on. But after this, we're just gonna dust the nails off and we're gonna start the acrylic application. But first, we're gonna go in with the OPI primer. As always, I use the OPI one because I have a lot of it, but you can use whatever primer you have. And we're just applying this to the natural nail, not getting it on the skin, because if they have any cuts, it will burn them. Alrighty, so we're going to be doing an ombre look and glitter and then just normal nails. So I'm going to be using, at first I hadn't decided if I wanted to do a cover pink on this one or not. So I just went ahead and did the pink acrylic by Mia's Secret, just a regular pink, but you will see me come back and add the cover pink because again I hadn't made up my mind yet, but I should have just did the cover pink on it. So again, you will see me come back and do that, but I'm going to be using the cover pink by Mia's Secret, which is like an opaque pink. And then I'm also going to be using a white, and I'm going to be using, of course, my regular pink by Mia's Secret. For my brush, I'm using my Alpha brush in a number 10, and I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave the link down in the description. But the promo code is Natalie10, that's Natalie 10. Alrighty, so for this nail, we're going to do the ombre look. So I'm going to go in with the white right on the tip, brushing it down towards the tip. And then whenever I brush it in the middle, I'm kind of blending it up so it's not just a really harsh line. After that, I'm going to go in with a bead of my pink cover pink. And I'm going to apply that closer to the cuticle area. Just pat it down into place, pushing it up towards the cuticle, and then just gently brushing it down towards the white. And you do want to make sure that you're using a cover pink for this, or just any cover color, so it blends really well and you're not able to see that white right, in the middle. And also that's another reason why you want to blend the white in the middle so it's not a harsh line, because it will be hard to cover up. So we're going to go ahead and finish that one up, and then you will see me come back in with my Mia's Secret pink, like the regular pink. And the only reason why I do that is because basically I just level both of the colors out. Since I only do one bead of white and then I do more of the cover pink, I go back in with my regular pink to kind of even out both colors. So same thing for the thumb. Again, we're going to do the white on the tip. We're going to place it right in the middle and brush it down towards the tip. And then we're going to come back and brush it up to blend it in. After that, we're going to go in with the pink. And I believe this white that I used was a glow-in-the-dark white. But I actually forgot to take a picture of it in the dark. But it's just a white that I mixed up with glow-in-the-dark powder. And again, this is the color Cover. What is it? The Cover Pink by Mia's Secret. And I have like a little bitted tub. As you can see, it's so small. I think it's like a 2 ounce. So that's another reason why I don't want to just use all pink and white. And I'm going back in with the regular pink. But again, I'm using my Mia's Secret acrylic system, my alpha brush, and we use the OPI primer. And we're also going to come back and use some glitter. But as always, look at your nail from different angles. If you need to come back and add some more, that's fine. As you can see, I'm going back to add a little bit of white back in there to kind of make it blend a little bit better. But it's going to be different for each nail depending on how much of each product you applied. Alrighty, so for this nail, we're going to go in with the regular pink, which is that translucent pink. We're going to do a small bead right over the whole nail, brushing it down towards the tip, cleaning up the sides and cleaning up the cuticle area. After that, I'm going to dip my brush back into the liquid and into the powder to get a bead. And then I'm going to dip it into my glitter. And I'm going to place that right at the tip. And I'm brushing that down, up towards the cuticle area. And then I'm going to come back and add some more because as you can see, it's kind of like spotty. So I'm going to come back and add some more until I have the look that I'm, looking for. And again, this is just an ombre look with the glitter. Once I have the glitter that I want, I'm going to come back and encapsulate that with my pink acrylic, with that same acrylic. And I do want to mention that whenever you're doing this with glitter, you do want to make sure that you do these nails last because that glitter will be all on your brush and it will get on the rest of your nails. So I made the mistake of going ahead and doing it on this hand. I really should have waited to the very end to do the glitter nails because I am going to be getting a little bit of glitter on the other hand. Or you could also just go ahead and use a different brush and make sure you switch out your paper towel because it is really messy. But again, we're going to do the same thing on the pinky, except for this time we're going to do a full nail of glitter. But I'm doing a small layer of acrylic or a thin layer of acrylic. I'm going to dip my brush back into the liquid and into the powder and then into the glitter, placing it on the nail. And just again, we're doing it over the whole nail this time. And then again, just apply more if I need to. And then we're going to encapsulate that with the pink acrylic. And the reason why I encapsulate these nails with pink is because my pink by Mia's Secret is really translucent. Like you can't really tell that it's pink. And that's why I use it. But I don't want to confuse anybody. So if you have clear, then of course you can just go ahead and use your clear to do the encapsulated nails. Whether it's glitter, whether it's for over the ombre nails, whatever, it's okay. Alrighty, so we're done with that hand. So we're going to do the same thing on this hand. For this ring finger, we're going to do a full nail of the covered pink. And again, this is what I should have done on the other finger instead of doing the regular pink first and then the covered color. But again, we're just going to do a 3 bead method. As you can see, I placed the first bead, brushed it down towards the tip, Cleaning around the cuticle area, I'm coming back and applying another bead, brushing it down towards the cuticle area again, or sorry, towards the tip. And then one thing I do want to mention, that it's a little bit harder to work with these cover colors. I feel like they're really sticky, so you do have to make sure that you're not using a lot of product, because it also kind of dries a bit fast. So you do want to keep that in mind when you're working, which is why I rather do a layer of the regular pink one instead of having to go back and mess with this one. But whatever you want is fine. And then again, for the ombre nails, we go ahead and apply the white right at the tip, brushing it down towards the tip and then blending it in the middle. Once we have the white down, we can go back and apply the pink, but I am going to go ahead and skip over to the thumb to do the ombre nail, just so that white can dry a little bit faster. And I feel like a lot of the time doing like all the tips first and then coming back and doing the pink kind of makes everything go a little faster. But again, whatever works for you. As you can see on the other hand, I did one nail first and then the other, but for this one I'm just going back and forth. And then also another thing again that I cannot stress enough is that you want to make sure that you do your glitter nails last, because I was having a little bit of a hard time trying to get the glitter out of these nails or this hand, because it was glitter in my brush, and no matter how much I cleaned my brush off, the glitter was not going anywhere. But anyways, we're placing the pink, we're cleaning around the cuticle area, you know, and just make sure that you're not able to see where the white is. You want it to blend really good in the middle. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and do the other fingers with the glitter now. So as you can see, this time instead of doing a layer of acrylic over the whole nail, I just went ahead and grabbed my glitter, placed it on the tip and brushed it up. So I'm just trying to show you different little techniques, whether it's doing the ombre nails all at once, or you know, going back and forth from one finger to another, to doing a bead of acrylic over or before you apply the glitter, to doing the glitter first, just so you can see, you know, it all kind of ends up the same. So it's just a matter of like what works for you better, what, you know, just whatever you like better. So after that, we're just gonna go back and encapsulate the glitter with the pink acrylic. And as you can see, I am using the multi-balance as well, so I'm kind of just testing it out as well. What I've noticed about the multi-balance pink acrylic is that it dries a little bit faster, but it's not as runny, which I like. but the only thing is that I feel like it takes up a bit more monomer. I don't know if it's just me, but that's what I got from it. Like, I like it again, but it's definitely, I don't know, maybe it could be because I'm using a bigger brush as well. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try and use it with my number 9 brush, which is what I always use, but I have been feeling like it's taking up way too much monomer. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and do the pink as well. Again, this is just a full nail with the glitter, and then we're gonna come back and encapsulate that. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go in with my 100 nail file, and we're just gonna reshape the nails. As you guys know, after applying the acrylic, it kind of takes away from our shape a little bit, so we're just gonna go back and redefine that shape. Again, this is a 100 nail file, and we're just reshaping the nails. And then I'm using my dust collector as always, and I do have a review video on it, but I'll leave the link down in the description. Alrighty, so after we finish shaping up the nails, I'm going to go in with my drill, and I'm going to be filing the nails. So I'm using my fine drill bit, and as always, I focus around that cuticle area, and then with the belly of my drill bit, I just file the rest of the nail. So again, I go around the cuticle area from the right side to the left side, just going back and forth, like literally back and forth as you see me doing. And you want to be able to see where the natural nail is, or sorry, where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way you know that the acrylic is not on the skin. And then also you want to make sure that when you're even applying the acrylic in the first place, not to apply it too close to the cuticle, because you will have a lot more filing to do, and most likely you will get lifting because it's really hard to get the acrylic off the cuticle once it's on there. So again, we're just filing around that cuticle area, and then we're just filing the rest of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And also, if you work smarter and not harder and not use a lot of product, you won't have as much filing to do. As you can see, I really just have to go back and file around that cuticle area to make it to seal it, basically, to not get lifting. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with a buffer and we're just going to buff all the nails. As you guys know, this is just to make sure that the nails are nice and smooth and to get rid of any of the scratches left from our e-file or our hand file. So again, we're just going to buff all the nails, and then as you can see, I always run my thumb over the top of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. So after that, we just dust the nails off, and I'm going to wipe them off with an alcohol wipe. And these are just alcohol wipes from Walmart, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, wherever. Or you can have your client go wash their hands, whatever works best for you. After this, we're just going to be applying some bling, and we're also going to be applying some caviar. So for the caviar, I'm going to be using my IBD gel top coat, and I just do a thin layer of that on the nail. Then I'm going to go back and apply some bling on it, some rhinestones, which I'm using my SS6, which are the small ones. I'm picking them up with my wax pencil and placing them over the top of the top coat while it's still wet. Once we have all the rhinestones on the nail wherever we want them, I'm going to go back in with a metal cuticle pusher, and I'm just going to sprinkle the caviar over the nail. Really plain and simple. Again, you're doing this while the top coat is still wet. After that, we're going to go ahead and put that under the light for 60 seconds. After this, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other nail. Again, we're just doing a layer of top coat. I'm using my IBD gel top coat. We're going to place a couple of my SS6 rhinestones on the nail, just scattered around. And then with a metal cuticle pusher, I'm just picking up the caviar and sprinkling it over the top of the nail, making sure that I turn my client's nail around to make sure that I get a full coverage on the whole nail. After this, I'm just going to put it under the light for 60 seconds. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in with some more bling. I'm going to be applying some on the ombre nails. So I'm just going to do a big one right in the middle, a SS12, and then SS6 around it, just closer to the cuticle area. Again, we're using my Mia Secret gel resin. I'm using my SS6, SS12, my wax pencil, and then I'm going to come back and spray them with the Mia Secret gel resin activator. Alrighty, so I sprayed them with the activator. So now I'm going to go in and just gently file the nail with the caviar, just because after you apply the caviar, it kind of takes away from the shape. So after it's cured, we're going to go back and just shape it up a little bit. After that, we're going to go in with the IBD gel top coat, and we're just going to do a top coat over all of the nails, and we're going to put them back under the light for another 60 seconds. Alrighty, so same thing for the other hand. Again, we're just going to gently file the sides and the free edge, just really gently, just to get the shape back. Dust them off, and then again, we're going to do some rhinestones on the not marble, but on the ombre nails. We're just doing one in the middle, the SS6, and then SS12 as well. And then again, after this, we're just going to spray them with the activator and apply the top coat. As you can see, look at that ombre, like that blend is just perfect. So again, we're just going to finish applying the bling, and I'll be back. Alrighty, so You will also see me go back and do a top coat on the nail with the caviar. And for that, I just simply do a top coat like on the free edge and on the sides. But I go back in with my finger to kind of wipe it off a little bit. But here is the final look. They turned out so pretty. Everything just went so perfect together. That ombre is just flawless. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at GetNailDirty2. And I'll see you guys next time.